Go.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1182 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, April 6th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Wes has porn, beer, basketball, and more in the cup of coffee in the big time.
That's correct. The gift that keeps on giving. The Bidens versus the LSU women's basketball team.
That's still in the news, baby.
Oh yeah,
It's insane. How
it's the cream of the crop today again. So.
Wow.
That's incredible. It's been trending since the game started.
It's amazing.
At like noon on last Saturday.
You can't tell me that. I'm starting to think there's something more to the whole story, not just the Bidens, but just in general. This stupid fucking 7-second taunt in college. I haven't heard about college women's basketball this much in my life.
Ever. And then
It's
now
a great sport.
everybody's talked about it for a
great for
week.
sport, yeah.
Week straight.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's
Go
awesome.
Tigers.
It's my favorite thing this year so far. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I agree.
It's way better than the spy balloon.
Yeah. Yes. This
It's
is
definitely
way
more fun discussion.
way more entertaining than the spy
Yeah.
balloon. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll talk about it again. Mark's got some shocking and explosive news on deck. Whoa.
Yeah. It's explosive, like you said. And it's pretty, you know what? It's not as shocking when we get into the details, but I mean, it's aggressive. Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait. I just left it vague because I know that it's both shocking and explosive. I can guarantee you that. And I've got Double Trouble Animals Edition to close this one out today. A couple people dealing with some animal problems out there, you know. Like
They
You
are.
guys
They
know.
are animals.
you guys know. I got animals, you know. Got a cat and a dog. You guys got you guys got animals. You guys are big animal guys.
We got 10 animals between the two of us.
There's shirts covered in hair right now.
Sometimes you can there's some trouble right there. So.
When Hard Factor, really takes off, it's been growing, and thanks to listeners, like it's obviously, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be multimillionaires. We get that. It's just a grind. We get that. When that happens, I think Wes and I are probably going to like open up like some sort of animal thing. Is my guess.
You guys need to have like at least a
Absolutely.
sanctuary,
Yeah,
right?
yes. Yeah.
Something.
ranch.
And it'll be like called Hard. It'll have a Hard Factor, like we'll use Hard Factor's name somewhere in there, but it's going to be very awesome. That's what it's
Between
gonna
the
be.
two of you, you have how many pets already?
10.
10. Yeah.
Double
dogs,
digits.
5 cats.
Double digits.
That's impressive. That's impressive for any two people to own double digit.
Our animals alone being at the sanctuary makes it, like a thing.
Are you already technically a farm at that point? I mean, they're all domesticated dogs and cats, but I mean, if you could,
It's a sanctuary for sure.
I think
Could
once
milk
you get
a
to
cat.
double digits, you can start labeling it something other than like a home. Yeah.
It's got to be a tax break we could get.
yeah, there should be, right?
Yeah.
It's like putting a longhorn on your property. You know,
That's right.
in Texas, you get a big tax break for that.
Yep.
So, should look into that. Yeah. You guys got anything, any whoppers before we hop into these stories, or anything going on in your lives?
No.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Just hop in. Let's just
No, we just live and breathe the news. Yeah.
yeah.
News.
Here we go.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Gonna bring back this day in history today because it's a real fucked up one. 1994. The presidents of the African states of Rwanda and Burundi, they've been killed in a plane crash near the Rwandan capital Kigali. And these countries have been involved in ethnic violence between the Hutus and the Tutsis. Over 100,000 people were killed up until this point, and then the presidents died, and all hell broke loose.
That was all the refugees, the Rwandan refugees back
Hotel
then. Right?
Rwanda, yeah.
Yeah, Hotel Rwanda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And over the next 2 months, more than 1 million Tutsis and moderate Hutus were killed in one of the worst ethnic cleansings the world has ever seen. And that all started today, 1994.
They have such fun
okay.
names. The Tutsis and the city's called like Joy Town or whatever. Kajoy.
Yeah, the tribes sound fun, and then
Sounds fun, and then they massacre each other.
They have brutal rivalries. Those tribes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whoa, that is quite the ethnic cleansing there.
Yep, not great. Today, this
Hopefully,
month is
this
also-
April 6th is better than that. Hey,
Yes.
it's up from there. Look at that.
That's right.
That's right.
Thanks for the
That's
great news, Wes.
You're welcome. Also, continuing with the trend of being on top of the months of awareness, April has a few awareness things that we should be aware of, and that is Stress Awareness Month, Earth Month,
big one,
Alcohol Awareness Month, Arab American Heritage Month, and Autism Acceptance Month. So,
wow,
if you come across
is that all A's besides Earth?
Right,
Autism,
absolutely.
alcohol, Arab,
stress. Stress.
Stress
anxiety.
Oh yeah,
anxiety.
you could put that there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, all A's. Is there an A word for Earth? No.
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 I bet someone is like, Latin. Idiots, like screaming an Earth word.
Yeah, what's the A word?
Flora, fauna.
So, if you come across a drunk Arab American freaking out because they're having trouble counting all the leaves on the tree, say hello, give them a hug because it's their month.
It takes some time. Yeah, this is for them.
Month. Yeah.
There's like probably 3 alcoholic Arab autistic people.
Well, you'll learn autism cares not about race, cares not about, it does care about gender, actually. I got some fun facts. I looked for some fun facts about autism, but none of them are fun. They're all just interesting. So here's some.
Here's a fun fact. I know one, Wes, and we talked about it on the Hive Hour. Make sure, sign up for our patreon.com/hardfactor. Do that. Well, the accountant, right? That's a good move.
Yes.
That's about an autistic.
Also
guy.
an A.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. But autism is an important thing to be aware of because it affects a lot of people these days. In fact, it affects 1 in 36 children. And this is interesting. Boys are nearly 5 times more likely than girls to get diagnosed being on the spectrum. Girls are often undiagnosed with autism and misdiagnosed with other conditions. So a very prevalent disorder, needs all the medical research.
She's a little ditzy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's just quiet. Yeah. Also, up to 1/3 of people with autism develop seizure disorders, and the rate of seizures in people with ASD is 10 times higher than the general population. So, not a great disease. I have a niece that is on the spectrum. She's awesome, but it's something to. It's very prevalent. So.
Yeah,
for sure.
More medical research
common.
goes into it.
Yeah. Well, just like autistic people are cool too. So
absolutely,
be aware.
Yeah,
very cool. Very intelligent. As well. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the guy that I think I've told you guys, the autistic guy in my neighborhood, he was very autistic, but he could do the date thing. So he'd be like, "What?
Exactly.
What's your birthday?" And then he'd be like, "Oh, you're born on a Tuesday," and then he'd force his way into the house.
Yeah. But with that type of when you pull off that parlor trick, you kind of get access to the house, right?
Yeah. He would knock on the door every day and do and it was the same routine.
It's routine, yeah.
And it was
all kinds
fun.
of different conditions on the spectrum, right?
Yeah. But let's go to a city whose leaders are all on the spectrum, San Francisco. For you guessed it, some terrible news. Terrible news where a high-profile tech executive, Bob Lee, he was the founder of Cash App. Here he is. He was stabbed to death early Tuesday morning, right there on Main Street. The local. Yeah. So here's the local San Francisco.
Didn't get to enjoy his hundreds of millions for too long.
No, he did not.
A couple of years there at the top.
Yeah. Here's
right. Yeah, it's kind of a new app.
Yeah, and he was also it was some coin. I don't know. Here's the news clip to tell you a little bit more.
We're following breaking news in San Francisco. A high-profile Bay Area tech executive has been killed in a stabbing. Sources tell NBC Bay Area that Bob Lee was attacked early this morning in the 2 a.m. hour in the city. Lee was the chief product officer of MobileCoin and the former CTO of Square. He was also a well-known angel investor. The 43-year-old Lee was stabbed on Main Street in the East Cut neighborhood. This is near Rincon Hill and the Bay Bridge. SFPD says when officers arrived, they found a man had been stabbed. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital where he later died. No further details from investigators as to what led to this deadly stabbing.
Damn.
Yeah, and
they got nothing.
They're still looking for the killer. Like I said, they tried to take him to the hospital to save his life. Unfortunately, he's succumbed to his stabbings. They're still looking for the killer, and Rincon Hill is apparently a nice part of San Francisco.
Well, dude, the guy's the owner of Cash App. Yeah. I imagine he doesn't live in a not nice area, right?
Yeah,
right.
But
it's shocking that they have no information at all.
Right. I mean, you think that there'd be cameras everywhere in these nice parts of, town. But I did a little more research on ReanCon, and one commenter said, it's known for crime because it's a few blocks west is the only area in the city that is, quote, affordable to the, quote, poor, as she said it. So, you've got this nice area, maybe gentrification, and then
like
a couple blocks away, there's maybe some troubled spots. So,
like East Austin or
exactly.
any other
Like
city that has
every
a city
city's
like
kind of got those
city.
areas for sure. Yeah.
But R.I.P. to Bob, or Crazy Bob, as
people can walk or get on a bus. Like people, just they don't have to stay in there.
Who knows what other
shitty housing area?
Yeah, but I mean, it could a guy that rich. I mean, who knows what could be going on here, and like,
it could be one of his like bodyguards that wanted the money or something.
Yeah, that's insane. Like it's so crazy that they just like in a nice area of town, like you said. Why you'd think they'd have security cams all over the place? Like
stabbings are pretty
leads,
but stabbings are pretty intimate crimes. So you just like it could. That's what's so weird about it. Like robbery is usually like it's a to get stabbed to death. That's someone really wanted them dead.
Yeah. So who knows what other kind of technological advances he could have brought the world, but San Francisco killed that. So, moving on. You guys know who this is?
Dylan Mulvaney.
Right, that's right. And Will, you briefly touched on this while showing off your painted nails. Let's see those.
Right. I just only touched on it because I was just I was just showing off my nails. I don't really know anything about Dylan Mulvaney. I just know that they put I don't know what Dylan Mulvaney goes by, but I know that
she
Bud Light. Okay, they put her on a Bud Light can.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see those painted nails again.
See those. Yeah. Looking pretty good, right?
They do look good.
When I see a dude with painted nails like that, I can only imagine his hand like wrapped around a big shiny black like guitar,
yeah,
like rock and roll,
See what you did there?
Yeah.
That's how open-minded I am about the whole thing. So speaking open-minded, let's talk more about Bud Light and the shitstorm that has been caused by making a transgender person, Dylan Mulvaney, their spokesperson. It's trending again. Because again, Kid Rock, we're going to talk more about that.
Furious.
He's furious. So let's look at the ad.
I ain't never drinking a Bud Light again.
Yeah. Let's look at the ad that was actually I got the video from Ollie London's tweet, who we've had on the show. Here's the full Bud Light.
He's now like a Fox News.
Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness. And I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate.
Is this comedy or what is this?
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers!
Okay.
Go team. Whatever team you love, I love too.
So they had this Dylan Mulvaney person
Love ya. Okay. Break a leg.
Do an ad for Bud Light.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. It was like, they sent her this nice can, which Bud Light does to commemorate certain people and accomplishments. Again, she was talking about 365 as a woman. She transitioned, and it had been a full year, and she's been documenting her whole transition on TikTok.
What a fucking piece of shit. Traitorous little snake Ollie London is. Did you see the copy on that tweet?
I wasn't reading the copy.
Oh my God. He's like, can you believe this? This is not an April Fool's joke. This is an actual thing Bud Light's doing. Motherfucker, you identified as an Asian person and looks like a fucking weirdo, you piece of shit. Like, he's like turning on all trans people.
A little hypocritical.
Yeah, Ollie London fucking sucks. Fucking sucks. Fuck Ollie London.
Yeah.
Ollie London sucks.
Yeah. So
profiting off of like talking shit about trans people and gay people after the fucking shit Ollie London pulled the past 10 years.
He was the king of identification for like 7 years.
That dude's a money grubbing whore.
Yeah. And then of course it became even more hot because, as we talked about, didn't see the video, Kid Rock posted a video to show how he feels about the partnership. And what I'm about to play, for those of you who aren't just going to listen, starts with Kid Rock facing away from the camera so we can see his MAGA hat. And then in a shocking turn of events, he turns and executes 5 transgender people with a machine gun.
No way.
It's shocking.
No way.
I apologize for this in advance. So yeah, here it is.
What?
It's unbelievable.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Come on, don't do this, kid. Yeah, don't do this, kid.
Fuck Anheuser-Busch.
Fuck Bud Light.
Terrific day.
You, fuck you. He looks so hungover too. Of course, he didn't kill transgender people. That was just a sick
What
joke.
a waste of beer.
It was
Yeah,
cases of beer.
it was just cases of Bud Light that he probably already had because he loves Bud Light.
Right. He obviously drinks a shitload of Bud Light because he had 5 cases ready to just put up on the bench like that
That's
and
a
fire
huge
with
waste
his
of beer.
AR at it.
Yeah. So yeah,
exactly. More beer.
It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, who gives a fuck?
I don't really care. Well, it was a weird ad. I just don't understand like why is she like now the face of Bud Light? I just don't understand.
No,
they sent her a nice can.
No, they
Right.
give us
to commemorate.
It's not
Okay,
gonna be
so
like in every. It's not gonna be like in every
Nike-
grocery store. They do it all the time to different.
No,
people.
I get you, but
yeah.
I'm saying Nike just had her do a women's sports bra and yoga pants ad this week as well.
It's not that big a deal.
And
She's
so
not the face
no,
of Nike. She's not the
but
face
people-
of.
She's not Jeff Gordon or something.
Yeah,
People are going to be burning their Nikes too. I mean,
Well, good for them. They can do whatever they want.
People up in arms. You definitely
If you want to burn your Nikes and shoot your fucking Bud Lights with machine guns over this, then go for it. You know what? Cool.
I mean, that is your right.
That's
as an
your
American.
choice to do that. You weirdos.
That is Kid Rock's right.
Yeah,
it is
to
super
shoot
cool.
his Bud Lights with his assault rifle.
Yeah.
Now, as you
In
guys know,
protest of Dylan Mulvaney.
my mom is she's a conservative. Both my parents are conservative people, and my mom she's probably 4 or 5 Bud Lights in right now. I would call her to ask her what she thinks about this, but I'm afraid she'd say something terrible.
You seen the
honest
can,
with
Mom?
So I'm not gonna do that. I don't think she gives a fuck. She's loyal to her Bud Light.
Wouldn't care.
Bud Light, no, of course not. She doesn't give a fuck about this stuff. But Bud Light said that hundreds of influencers they want to connect with audiences across various demographics, and they also they put a response out to Kid Rock's video revealing what the acronym Bud Light stands for. So here's another influencer, I'm guessing Hector, to tell us that.
When to see the nipple?
Light stands for.
What does Bud Light stand for?
Bud Light, bitch, you don't like it? Go home then.
That's right. That's what we think about it. Bitch, if you don't like it, go home then. So there you go. Moving on to some more fun news. Let's talk about porn.
Yeah.
Porn.
Okay.
Let's talk about porn.
Let's do it.
Porn site Pornhub. Ever heard of it?
Yeah. I think I got a tab open. No, yeah.
It's your favorite?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay. Pornhub's
It's-
okay.
It's okay.
It's not the best.
It's an amateur. It's an amateur.
Right. It's not the best of them, but
It's not the best of them.
thanks for existing, I guess.
Yeah. It started a great. It started.
I mean, it's probably the biggest, right? It's got the
It's
most
not
traffic.
it's not the big. Well, maybe the most traffic, but it's not the big. It's not the biggest in terms of most videos.
check out Tube Galore. So
not in terms of a selection.
yeah, not in terms of selection. It's very well done. Very well done.
Maybe it has the fewest bugs, but
Anyway, they're reporting that the arrest of Donald Trump was a very good thing for Stormy Daniels and their site, telling TMZ they saw a 32,400% increase in the daily search for Stormy Daniels. So
yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Last Wednesday, it was just under 34,500 searches, which is still insanely huge for Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
And then by Thursday, 630,000 searches.
It's so funny how guys will just jack off to trends.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like
That's
guys
why-
just
And holidays, like every holiday season, Pornhub's got like Easter Bunny and
yeah.
and Easter Bunny's fucking in a threesome or whatever.
Guys,
St.
look,
Patrick's Day,
guys eat that
Christmas,
shit
yeah.
up. Yeah,
It's all
Christmas
trends.
time. Yeah, they'll do like a
Stormy
tree.
Daniels went from her like 500 loyal creeps that have been jerking off to her since the 90s to like 500 like guys in their 40s to now 500,000 people looked her up. Yeah, pretty good for her.
Yeah, it's good for her.
Big day for Stormy.
Sell DVDs.
You guys jerk to her yet?
I have not. I'm not a big Stormy Daniels.
Never looked it up.
I was introduced to her for through a parody like of Spaceballs that she won an AVN for.
Right, I've seen some clips of her
She's
porno
not.
stuff,
she's
but
not. She's not my favorite.
I haven't really watched the porns.
She's old school. Yeah.
Oh, also shockingly, Wes, not just a good day for Stormy Daniels, but I saw that Trump has raised over $10 million already for his campaign since the arraignment. So it's been nothing but a huge boon
for both of them.
She's of his campaign.
They both are selling like crazy. Trump and Stormy Daniels.
Exactly what we said would happen.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, nothing but a good thing. Which brings us to, because I want to give this some attention, the
cream of the crop.
And as I said, the gift that keeps on giving. The Bidens versus the LSU women's basketball team and star player Angel Reese just keeps getting better and better because today it appears that Jill Biden's invite to Iowa basketball to the White House may have been a spite move. It may have been all out of spite.
Go on.
Yep. Now, I know Mark covered this yesterday, but I'm not sure you played the audio of Jill inviting the team. So I just want to play that for you guys just so you can hear it.
Okay, I don't
we'll have the
Black girls.
champions come to the White House. We always do. So, we'll have LSU come. But you know what? I'm going to tell Joe, I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game. So, right? So winners and losers, that's sportsmanship. That's
they got blown out by 20 points.
Okay. So
18.
there's the invite.
Yeah, I just mentioned that she said because they played such a good game, which is not. That's not true.
They got blown out by 18.
They didn't play a good game.
They didn't. And
Alexis Morris put them to sleep.
Certainly not defensively. If you let 102 points go on the
no,
that's like 1 million points in a men's game compared.
It was in fact, Mark, they gave up the record. It was the record amount of points ever.
Well, the
given
women's
up
scoreboards
in
don't.
the-
It
in
said
the
it ended up saying 2 to 80 because they don't go to triple digits. They save money on the electricity. Yeah, it just said 0-2. And then some guy put had to scramble to get a piece of paper.
Right,
And
they
put
put
the
a
one in front
poster
of it.
up.
Yeah.
A one.
They had no idea they needed a one.
Yeah.
But now the plot thickens because Angel Reese, she was talking on a show, I guess, called, I think, on I Am Athlete's Paper Route show.
She's been going on all sorts of shows.
Yes, and she
Big
revealed
for her, she has tons of NIL deals. This girl is banking on this.
This is like the Stormy Daniels Trump thing for both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Caitlin Clark too. It's great for both of them.
For those two,
I hope
it's
they
great.
planned it together because if they did, they're gangsters. I like them.
Yeah.
But Reese on that show revealed that the LSU Lady Tigers shunned the First Lady and her request to speak to the Lady Tigers in their locker room before the championship game.
Well, that's that's tough though too, because it's like right before the game and the First Lady wants to talk to you. You might not want to. I mean, you're trying to stay in the zone. Obviously they played good.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She tried to speak to him before the game, and they said no.
And they said no.
Oh that'll get Iowa an invite.
And it gets even more petty because she said first we didn't want her coming in the locker room, and then
you're trying to get ready for the game.
Yeah, Reese also said that the team was irked by Joe Biden's pre-tournament bracket, where he predicted the Tigers would fall to Michigan, and that the Villanova would win the national title over South Carolina. So it's just a bunch of pettiness. Yeah. So she said, "quote I think Joe had put someone else to win the national championship. He didn't even tell us on his bucket to get out of Baton Rouge. So I was like, bet." I think he said we were going to lose to Michigan or something. And Jill has said she would like to apologize for the request to bring Iowa to the White House. But Reese said, I'm not going to lie to you because I don't accept her apology. I said what I said. You felt like Iowa should have come because of sportsmanship. They can have the spotlight. We'll go to the Obamas. We'll see Michelle. We'll see Barack. Bringing more controversy because, the fact that Barack and Michelle are black.
When Joe was the vice president. Look, what needs to happen, which is would be insane, is if they go to the White House and Angel Reese does the John Cena to Dr. Jill.
Shit! That would be
that would break the internet because if she did that, it would be like, considered very disrespectful. But the people that would probably consider it the most disrespectful hate the Bidens. So like they'd be like, it would be like a real pickle for everyone. If
they could, if they did it to each other, if they could play, play off of it.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I thought that like I've been saying from the start, the players on both sides handled it great. I think that they're just competitors. It was heated on the floor. Basketball is a huge shit talking game. Look at Michael Jordan. Right. And, that I thought that the players always did good. It's everybody else on the side that just started barking and it got out of control.
I'm making fun of everyone that makes a big deal out of it, and it's great for us. It's awesome.
Exactly.
It's great.
Fun to watch. Yeah,
it's the best. And Caitlin Clark, like I said, she's like, I love Angel Reese. We're all competitive.
She made a ton of money off it. She's doing ESPN Sports Center with Jeremy Schaap.
Exactly. Schaap. They sent the top guy.
What did you do? How did it feel to get taunted?
The top investigative reporter in his field was sent to ask her about her feelings.
They send him overseas and shit. Yeah.
You can't see me.
So they said they'll go see the Obamas instead, which is just a dagger. And actually, she said this team is still debating on whether or not to accept the White House invitation, but it's not looking like it's going to happen as of right now because this thing is blown up. And clearly, Jill Biden invited.
You got to send him an apology, Joe. Jill and Joe are freaking out about it still.
Yeah.
I mean, Jill. Yeah, I mean, obviously, she just doesn't. Look, it's hilarious. The Bidens start like having a feud with LSU. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's so amazing because, Joe Biden had never had a shot of winning Louisiana anyways. So it's going to just be comical in 2024 because he's,
So. It's the longest traction story in women's basketball history. Like it's
almost
insane.
any college sport history. Like you don't talk about
UConn like went undefeated like 6 years in a row and like no one gave a shit.
No.
Like
no, the women's incredible. They outshine the men this year. That's bottom line.
By far.
This is the UConn San Diego State game was boring.
It was the worst. They got 5 for 1 second.
Man. I mean,
that was
by what? By like what? By like
15,
10 minutes.
16. Yeah.
UConn was pretty much
right, but there was no after controversy. No one cared leading up to it. Really,
it was exactly what everyone expected.
Yeah.
So. We'll see what happens if they accept the invitation. If the LSU coach goes and shows
Angel
up Jill
Reese
with her outfit,
and Caitlin Clark are both
has a nice outfit.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are both their best players on their teams, right? Yeah. So,
well, in that game though, I do think that in that game, second half, Alexis Morris was the best player. I think that she was the best player.
I don't care.
Who
cares?
On their
talk about who cares about women's basketball in the future? They could go to the WNBA and carry on a rivalry, right? Like a bird, magic.
They are both going to the WNBA.
Yeah. So they could carry this on.
It's great for the sport.
It's great for them. It's great for the sport. Yeah.
It is.
It's hilarious that Jill Biden's anger at Angel Reese got mixed up and made it even bigger for the sport of women's basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, my pops is, I've never heard him talk about a female basketball player like he's talked about Caitlin. I've been hearing about Caitlin Clark.
What is so great about Caitlin Clark?
I know she's a shooter.
Her.
She's tough as nails.
I mean, she's great. She is great.
She's intelligent. She's white. I mean, all the things that my dad looks for in a female basketball player. What's really awesome about her, she shoots from fucking like anywhere on the court. She's
like a Steph Curry. Steph Curry.
Yeah, she does shoot.
She'll fucking shoot.
That's
long threes.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, pretty hilarious. We'll see what happens when more details come out. And guys, it's springtime, and springtime means that you need to get in a little shape, right? It's because what? Pools are right around the corner. Pools and shirts off and beaches. And, it's time to eat well with America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. I'm, of course, talking about Factor meals. Get nutritious, chef-prepared meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list. And look, they got calorie-smart meals from about 550 calories or less. They got keto. They got chef specials that are just absolutely delicious. No cooking. No trip to the grocery store. No shopping. No prepping. No cleaning. Just never frozen meals ready in just 2 minutes. All you have to do is heat them up and eat the delicious food. I mean, it's pretty good,
It's great. It's the best. Factor's the best.
Yeah, and if you're looking to bulk up, they got protein plus options. You can really fuel your body any way you want with these meals.
The spicy, the flavors. I love the spicy. Delicious.
Yeah, they also got snacks.
The smoothies are incredible too.
Yeah. And if you don't think that the meal is gonna be enough, get some smoothies, get some snacks, and they're all nutritious. And if you want to eat vegan or veggie, they got you covered too. Each meal is prepared by chefs with approved dietitians. And that way, Factor meal has all your ingredients you want, nothing you don't. And if you're looking to mix it up, you can add a protein or select vegan veggie meal each week. So you don't have to, you can mix it up. You can try what you like, and all of them are fucking delicious. So head to factormeals.com/hardfactor50. Use promo code hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code hardfactor50 at factormeals.com/hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box. And again, if you're feeding kids, if you're sending kids to school with shit every day and you feel guilty about it, try some of these meals. They're delicious. My son has not complained once when I send him to school with one of these meals, and it makes you packing your lunch a real easy job.
Way easier.
Yeah. I'm going to get a sponsors list. Will did it last time and put it in like an announcement thread in Discord. I'm going to create like a sponsors Discord thread and do an updated list of all the promo codes.
Yeah.
And we'll get that in there. I'll get that done by Monday. You can ask questions about Factor Meals and any of the other sponsors in there. So we'll get that going. And on that note, today's episode was also brought to you by Sunday. Which is when I'll have that list up by. Now that spring is finally here, the days are longer, the flowers are blooming, and I can spend time outside in my yard, which I do. I have been. And what makes the season even better is Sunday lawn care. Having that be a sexy, nice lawn, pretty lawn, great looking lawns, a lawn that'll, make a guy jealous and make a girl, slide on over to it, whipping their necks around. Sunday's everything you need to get the lawn.
That's an inviting lawn. Whew.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. What are you doing on my lawn? She's like, you used Sunday. You invited me over, basically.
And a real man lives there.
Yeah. I would say so. Sunday's everything you need to get the lawn you've dreamed of. This spring, go to getsunday.com/hardfactor and enter your address to get a customized plan created just for your lawn. No trips to the store or hauling heavy, dirty, grimy bags, of dirt and fertilizer from the store. That's probably the wrong stuff anyways. You just need a hose to apply Sunday. You can fertilize your whole lawn in less time than it takes to watch an episode of your favorite TV show. And they only use ingredients you can feel good about. They're no harsh chemicals. These are safe for your pets. They're safe for your kids to plant right away. You don't have to worry about some horrific things that happen when pets and kids get into the fertilizer, which is not good. Sunday, no issues. No issues with your pets and kids playing in the yard.
Totally safe.
Totally safe. Sunday's easy and affordable. Some lawn care services cost more than $1,500 a year, but Sunday's full season plan start at just $109. And guess what? Sunday's offering our listeners 20% off of that. Full season plan start at just $109, and you can get 20% off when you visit getsunday.com/hardfactor at checkout. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/hardfactor. It's time to get the lawns going now, fellas.
It is.
It's time to go. Yeah.
In fact, I was helping listener Hot Boy Bello with his Sunday order earlier today. Everybody's getting it going.
Sunday lawn is like having a great social media page. Like everything inside could be turmoil. Everything inside the house could be just a wreck. But if you've got a nice lawn on the outside,
people are like, "Oh man, they got it together.
They got everything together."
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a great trick. You're right.
It is.
It's a good trick.
It's a good
grooming your lawn. Yeah,
good trick.
It's like a well-groomed house. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Mark, do you mind if I bring up a comment real quick?
No,
it is germane to the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And it's Meow Green does say this. Tony Yayo did it before John Cena. That's correct. You can't see me. I mean, okay, so that's why I switched it from saying the Cena to the you can't see me. But yeah, Tony Yayo credit.
Sure. Okay.
A lot of people. It's been something that many people feel the need to
defend Tony Yayo for that. Okay.
To make sure that Tony Yayo gets his credit.
All right. Well, John Cena took an L at WrestleMania last weekend. He's taking an L on this show apparently. So, 16-time world champ. All right, I have another I have another bomb in an unusual container overseas story today. Wow, right off the bat, huh? Yesterday it was that crazy Russian lady handing out statues of bloggers that had a bomb in it. Like, hey, you want a statue of yourself? Of course I do. And today it's it's a lesson to be learned for sure, as you'll soon find out. We're headed to India, where this fucked up act of revenge took place, and Hemendra Marawi recently got married in the Kabirdham district of India. You know, special times, right? It's a marriage and an Indian wedding that lasts like all week. The whole village comes out for. What a great time every week, year round it is. Everyone's a West in India with the amount of weddings they have to go to, right?
Yeah. Multiple days. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if there's 1,000, just doing the math, if there's 5,000 people in the town and, half of them are the age of marrying and the thing lasts a whole week, I'm at a wedding 365 days a year, if I did the math right there. But the cool thing is with the wedding, when you invite 5,000 people, is that you get a shitload of wedding gifts as well, right?
That is nice.
Yep.
That's a trick. If you do like a destination wedding, kind of like I did, and you invite a bunch of people, they're not coming, but they're going to send you a gift.
It's true. That's nice.
It's a trick. So they do that in India where they invite everyone, and if they can't show up, they'll send you a gift. But it might be too many gifts in India. Certainly it was in Marawi's case, as one of the gifts came from his wife's former lover, and it was a stereo sound system that was actually just a huge bomb that blew up Marawi's house, killing him and his older brother and injuring 4 more of his family members, including an 18-month-old, because the bomb was so big, it caved in the roof of the house and just destroyed the entire house.
It was an actual bomb?
It was a bomb inside of a stereo. They carved out all the stereo stuff and put bomb shit in it. And it was a bomb disguised as a stereo system. If you walk by the house, they destroyed that. If you walk by the house not knowing what happened, you'd probably say, what the hell happened? It looks like a bomb went off in here. And that's exactly what happened.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Why'd they do that to Marawi?
I'll tell you why. So apparently Marawi's 29-year-old wife, who was not given a first name in the article and survived, we can assume she has a vagina that feels like you're breaking all laws of physics upon entering it.
I mean, that's a great assumption.
Yeah,
who knows how to build a bomb and put it inside of a stereo? That's insane.
You'll find out how and why and the questions you need to ask. There's lessons to be learned here.
Wow.
Yeah, because she was really coveted by her ex-lover, 33-year-old Sarju Markham. And Markham lived one state over in Madhya Pradesh, but he would take the trip in to see Miss Marawi before she became Miss Marawi. In fact, he loved taking the trip into her town because his stupid town had his stupid wife and kids, which he was very much hiding from her, from the soon-to-be Miss Marawi, right? While he was having an affair with her.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so what happened was, like, he eventually wanted to make her his second wife, so he was going to get around to telling her totally. But she found out before he got around to telling her, and she was not thrilled. She broke things off with this dude. What's his name? Markham. And he didn't take it well. And then she met Marawi, fell in love, and got married, and the rest is history. But the whole time, Markham was calling her and threatening her to get back together with him. And he's like, you will be my second wife. He also started threatening Marawi, the man. And once physically, he showed up and threatened him physically. So I guess that wasn't a big enough red flag there to not accept his gift. The guy that keeps hounding your wife and is trying to beat you up.
Yeah, the massive
losing
gift.
his mind.
Right.
The thing that could be a bomb was a bomb.
Oh no! And then so they opened it and it exploded.
A stereo
right when they plugged it in. Yeah, I heard you needed a stereo. Let's let bygones be bygones. With all that, me being obsessed with your wife.
So they were like, "Oh, look, it's all over."
They plugged it in
now, and then
it's when they plugged it in.
Wow.
Yeah. They plugged in a 1-star review for that sound system, right? Like, it's a little too loud. I like my bass, but this is ridiculous, right?
They brought the walls down.
Yeah.
So how does this do
1 star?
I mean, like, is it easy to make a bomb and put it inside something that you can plug into a wall? That seems like difficult.
It's not. I'll get to it in just like 2 minutes. But Markham was arrested as pretty much everyone knew it was him, right? And the son of a bitch learned how to make really powerful bombs from his work in a stone crusher plant, where he became familiar with ammonium nitrate, which he used to make so he used it at work. Like, he would blow up like stones. He crushed
Right.
giant stones. He
Wow.
demolished giant stones. He learned how to use ammonium nitrate, which he used to make this bomb, along with gasoline and gunpowder that he retrieved from fireworks. So it sounds like if he hadn't made so many threats to Mr. and Mrs. Marawai and also not written his name on the actual present, he might have gotten away with it because he had access to the things without suspicion, and he took the gunpowder from fireworks you can buy anywhere in India. So he wasn't like online with suspicious online orderings or in-store purchases
Because
for
he
clear
put his
bomb
name
making.
on the box. He's like,
It's because everyone knew that he was obsessed with this woman and he was losing his mind, and he was like, "You can't have her. I object. I
So
object."
he killed them both because he was
She
jealous.
lived.
survived.
She lived.
Oh,
The
she
brother,
survived. Oh,
his
no.
brother died. He died, and a lot of his family members almost died.
Oh, no.
So yeah. Can you imagine her next boyfriend while he's in an Indian cell, a small cell? You think she's going to be banging someone else at some point? That's not going to sit well with Markham.
Did he
but yeah.
spar her?
I don't know. It didn't say if she was injured or not. I don't think she was in the fucking room. I don't know. So yeah. So that's going to be. I mean, next boyfriend might want to. These are the lessons. The lesson is don't accept wedding gifts from your wife's exes. Okay, and maybe ask if there were any crazy exes still calling before you offer to spend the rest of what's sure to be a short life with her. Right,
Mark, you keep doing these bomb gift stories, and you're never going to be able to accept a gift ever again.
No. I'm so jaded on gifts right now.
Anything over the size
Who's
of
it from?
basketball,
Who's it
he's
from? What?
turning
Who's
away.
it from?
Yeah.
Was it from an Iowa fan or like?
But as you said, this girl must have had,
the pussy to die for, literally.
Yeah, because even Marway or whoever didn't care that he was getting threatened. He was like, "Go ahead, threaten me."
Yeah, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
going through with it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, your words mean nothing to me.
Okay.
We both know what I'm going home to.
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly.
Yeah. I know why you're so upset.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah, these are the type of questions you should be asking. Something like, "Hey, did your ex work in demolition by any chance? You mentioned he cleared mines for a living. With what did he do that exactly? Was it like a shovel? Man-made explosives. That's what I thought. That's what I figured. Hey, I'm gonna go to the store to go get some milk. Don't wait up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of there. Get out of there if the ex was into like making explosives for a living.
You got to kill him first. That's
Yeah.
that's what you got to do.
Right.
But I mean, and once someone threatens your life like that, you kind of, and especially I imagine
Kinda
in
on him.
India, in India, the rules might be a little bit more flimsy. He probably could have murdered that guy and got away with it.
Yeah, I told him I was going to kill him. R.I.P. though to Marawai and his brother. It's fucked up. Super sad and fucked up. And that guy should go to jail for a long time. Fuck that dude. Unless this is fucked up, unless you're a Northern Ireland's own Explosion sound system. Okay, Explosion sound system's a rock band out of Belfast, and they have. Where's the logo? I thought I had it in here. Here, this is their logo. It's literally a bomb speaker. So this could be big. Explosion sound system might want to get word of this story and use it because they only have like 4,000 like followers or something on Facebook and stuff like that. Like they got a loyal group of listeners, but this could really crack the code for them to make it to the next level.
Just ride the coattails of this story.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, huge news for the Explosion sound system.
Comment from Tiller. He says, "I think it's a boom box."
Yeah, it is a boom box. I've got you a boom box. Happy wedding, you idiots. Also, real quick, bonus dog, people that need to chill, like that Indian guy who bombed everyone.
Yeah, if you're bombing people, you need to chill out.
You need to chill. I've done all people that need to chill stories this week, the entire week. Here's one. Kentucky man, 32-year-old Anthony Jones, who likes to discipline his kids with a cattle prod.
Ooh, he looks so intense.
Yeah.
Cattle
prod intense.
He's got a real small mouth and then the full goatee. And that mouth is pursed. Like he's like
he's not a talker.
Mad.
He lets the cattle prod do the talking. He doesn't like to use his words. Yeah. He's facing 4 counts of criminal abuse in the 3rd degree of a child 12 or under, and 1 count of criminal abuse in the 3rd degree. So he was just cattle prodding the shit out of his young boys.
Kids.
Yeah. After interviewing his 2 young kids, it became clear that Jones used the electric cattle prod, probably of 4,000 volts, which is a lot. On on them a lot as well. As many times as the voltage was, he was using it. It wasn't a one-time thing or like when he was just blacked out drunk. It was whenever they upset him, the prod came out.
Well, that's
didn't do the dishes, prod came out. Got in trouble at school, prod came out. Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
fuck that guy. You know,
yeah. What a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Put him away.
Like what I would expect, like Jeffrey Dahmer's like best friend to look like.
Yeah,
You know? Like those two. You know?
yeah. They could get along.
Oh, that guy. Well, how long has he got? I mean, he's got to be going to jail forever, right? I mean, that's a long.
I imagine they're also going to take his kids away. Probably, you know.
Yeah.
Probably a couple years in jail, but you know, I don't think he's going to get.
Kids.
I don't think he's going to get weekends unsupervised. You know,
That's pretty bad. You know, you don't want to cattle prod kids. You know,
you got to ask questions. Like his next wife might want to ask questions when they have a kid. You know, down the road, like, why don't you see your kids? Why do you have 3 cattle prods? Those type of questions. We don't even have any cows. You know, like what's going on here? Ask questions, people. You know, show me the Carfax in this relationship.
Yeah, yeah. Well, is he a single dad? Was he?
He is now. Well, you know, he is now.
You know, he should have used a cattle prod on an animal instead of a child.
That's what they're for.
Instead of a human child. Yep. What that asshole should have done. Let's move it to that section, the animal section. And I got 2 stories, a double, and they're both trouble. Lots of animals, double trouble with animals. The first one is in California, where a woman named Jessica Long is suing the Shasta County, its district fair, so the Shasta County District Fair and the Shasta County Sheriff's Office over allegedly barbecuing her 9-year-old daughter's pet goat named Cedar.
No.
Here's Cedar.
Oh, no.
And her 9-year-old daughter. Her 9-year-old daughter's unnamed, of course. She's a minor in the lawsuit.
Oh, no.
And so there's Cedar and her daughter, Jessica Long's daughter, and they're hanging out, you know, like at the farm, you know, and it's a beautiful, cute little little boy goat named Cedar. And so, so they're suing the Shasta County, the District Fair, and the Sheriff's Office for barbecuing that goat. But they did it after Jessica had got the goat back from them from the fair, because they had given Cedar over to the fair, but then they wanted to get him back and to save him from slaughter. So she did that. But then they still came and got the goat, barbecued it. So the complicated story begins last June.
Fuck.
It's crazy. The complicated story begins last June when the family decided to sell Cedar to the Shasta County District Fair's junior livestock auction. Okay. So they're like Cedar. They live on a farm, right, in California. And they're like, okay, we're going to put Cedar into the junior livestock auction this year. But then, you know, naturally the daughter wanted it back. She's like, no, it's my pet. Cedar's my pet.
Cedar.
I want it back.
This is on the daughter.
Not Cedar.
Right. The daughter wiffle waffled. It does sound like it. She's unnamed. She's 9. It's understandable for a 9-year-old to wiffle waffle on a pet goat like that.
She wasn't responsible.
Flip flop a little bit. Well, okay, Wes, you're siding with we'll get into it. You'll see who else thinks that. Since it was her pet, she was like, no, I want Cedar back.
We told you got to take care of it. You didn't take care of it. So.
Yeah. And so Jessica, you know, she's a good mom. She's like, all right, I'll cave. I'll get Cedar back for you. So she unfortunately, Cedar was sold at auction to a California state senator. But Jessica contacted the state senator buyer, and that buyer said it was okay to save the goat from slaughter as long as they got refunded. So since the fair,
as long as you pay me double.
They just were like, money back. It's cool. It's your daughter's pet. That's fine. So, but then the fair wouldn't give Cedar back to her willingly. So she went to the pen and stole Cedar back.
What?
Yeah.
That's a great mom.
Yeah. Right. Cause it's her daughter's pet. Right. That's technically
gangster mom. And
technically the buyer backed out. So there's no sale. The buyer's not mad. We're done. Right. Right. You know,
yeah. Hey, now she's got Cedar.
Yeah, she's got Cedar. Wrong. The State Fair and the California Department of Food and Agriculture, the CFDA, still demanded Cedar, the pet goat, be returned to quote unquote, and Wes, that you're like this, quote, teach our youth some responsibility.
No, there's no chance that's the quote.
That is from the CEO of that
we're gonna kill your pet to teach you responsibility.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
And then,
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
and then
She's 9. Did you see her?
yeah, she loves this goat. Look,
Yeah.
she's at home with the goat.
Yeah.
They got the goat back.
Sharing Cheetos with the goat.
She's loving the goat.
She has her face covered in every picture. Might have self-esteem issues.
No, they don't want to show her identity.
I know, but I'm saying like every picture you can see like she's shy. She's a shy 9-year-old, and all she does is love this fucking goat. Let's teach her some responsibility. Good call.
Teach her some.
Yeah.
They should have never let. She should have never let Cedar out of her sight.
No.
That's the quote from the CEO. And then after he said that, let's teach her some responsibility. 2 weeks later, a judge signed off on a search warrant, and the Shasta County Sheriff's Department drove 200 miles to get Cedar in Sonoma County. So they drove 200 miles, like 10 hours, to go get the goat, brought it back to Shasta County, and slaughtered it for a giant goat barbecue.
People are savages.
They drive 10 hours to kill it. 10 hours each way. 20 hours?
I think it's 5 and 5.
All right.
But then they like barbecued the
Oh my
goat, probably
God.
talk shit about the 9-year-old and her
Did
mom.
they send a video? Did they send a video to the family afterwards?
no.
Have her watch this.
Yeah. Check this out. Cedar's tasty.
Oh my God, dude.
This burger's
What
got
the
some cedar in
They're
it.
psychos, man.
Well, we had to do the right thing.
Yeah. Now she knows. Responsible.
You think we like doing this? We had to.
Isn't the
you
sheriff
sell
an
a
Indian
goat-
guy?
Yeah, this is almost as fucked up as the Indian story. It's close.
Jeez.
It's as malicious.
We'll teach you respect.
Yeah. When you sell a goat, that sale is final. You understand? You don't put a goat up to auction and then back out of the deal. It don't matter if the buyer isn't taking it. That's the state's goat. And that's literally what the state of California said in this case. And then they took it and they allegedly fucking barbecued it and ate it out of spite. Big spite episode today.
That girl's gonna have problems, man.
Yeah, dude. Do you think you could trust the government after that? They came and fucking abducted your goat and ate it.
She's gonna need therapy like now.
Yeah, like this year. Yeah. Shasta County obviously is not responding to any requests for comment at this time. I didn't look up the latest on it. But this lawsuit was filed. The news was breaking about it like 6 days ago. So there may be updates, but the original is wild enough. I'll bring any updates.
Oh yeah, look, listeners are gonna send updates on this one, and we're gonna.
The goat, the fucking barbecued the goat out of spite.
Any Shasta County listeners, please.
Yeah,
get at us.
You know, we got a lot of California people in the live. All right. Final animal trouble story today comes to us from Scotland, where one woman named Michelle Collins is dealing with a squirrel invasion in her kitchen. And this is what she's. Yeah, I didn't.
How's that?
Yeah. No, you're right. It's like that's a little weird, right? So
Does she live in a tree?
no, she doesn't. She lives in a house.
What?
Mark, it's weird. I didn't know this, but Scottish squirrels are apparently like ultra aggressive, and we'll get into it. So she says, "There's a hole where they have dug under my porch, and they're coming up through me walls." And these gray squirrels.
She looks like she needs some sleep.
She does. Wes, this
She
is
might
the
be-
picture she gave to the
I'd
BBC.
I'd like to see some of the squirrels because I don't believe her. I think
I believe her just looking at her.
Until I see some squirrels, I'm calling bullshit.
You look stressed.
She sees things.
Yeah, I don't know why she gave this picture to the BBC. This is like what she sent to the BBC Scotland. She's like,
Jesus. Speaking of traumatizing kids, if she played peekaboo with her
it's a
her
madhouse.
kids, yeah.
like watching The Ring.
That lawn better look great, you know.
Peekaboo. Jesus.
So she says that they're coming up through inside her walls. You know, they dug under her porch. They said they like jumping through her windows and shit. They go through every hole. And she says that these gray squirrels in Scotland are so aggressive that they've even chewed a hole through her pantry door so that they can get to her dog food bag. So like these things are so aggressive. Like
there's a dog in the house, and it's not the dog is just not
squirrels
scaring these
ditch
squirrels.
the dog.
That's amazing.
The squirrel's just that aggressive. And then one Scottish handyman in this BBC Scotland article said that an old woman's house that he worked on one time. The gray squirrels were so aggressive there that they chewed through all of the electric cables in the entire house and caused 30,000 pounds worth of damage.
Damn.
So I mean, like, I never knew squirrels. I've never heard of that in the United States.
Well, look, I mean, I get the damage because if the
We
squirrels,
have so many squirrels.
if the squirrels get in the house, they're fast and they have claws and they're pretty strong and they can jump and stuff. I get how the damage was happening. It's just weird to me that they like want to come in the house. Like what's going on over there?
Oh, okay. So those squirrels over there are the ones that have like they almost look like they have like devil.
No,
horns on them.
Wes, these are gray squirrels. These are the same that we have. They do have those special squirrels. Scotland does have those special like red squirrels with the pointy ears. These are just regular gray squirrels like we have in America. Wow. So like what I'm saying is like, why are the gray squirrels in Scotland like literally destroying homes when over here you don't hear about that shit?
I don't know.
Like maybe they should get some fucking BB guns in Scotland, you know? Like
right.
Yeah, they like get in your attic maybe and like nest up there, but
your
they don't
attic.
chew your shit.
Right.
From what I've experienced.
Well, can I bring up a comment?
Yeah.
Sievert says that that it used to be pets in the U.S.
Interesting.
Squirrels.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bob Ross had one.
They're cute. Squirrels are super cute, but they're just not domesticated at all, right? Like what?
Well, I mean,
if you
just
get one as a
BB
baby,
gun,
they get very domestic.
That's
They're
true.
Like, yeah.
You can feed it like out of your hand.
if you raise one. I mean, they'll love you, but it's just they're like so scary. This is cute. This is a squirrel in like a little harness. That's cute.
I mean, a pet squirrel's fine, but like a feral squirrel, like
Right.
there's so many ways you can deal with that. I don't understand what the
and they're
problem
vengeful too. Is the thing. Squirrels are definitely vengeful. We covered.
Did she try?
Oh, you're right, Wes. You're right.
New York squirrels and
Did she try opening a
I talked
window?
about it too. No, she's just fucking terrified, Mark. This is what she does. She just stays up all night.
Why doesn't she
worrying
open
about
a
the
window?
squirrels.
Yeah.
That's all she does is she just hangs out and she's like, oh no, the squirrels
Maybe
are
if
making
she's-
noises in the walls again.
Maybe if she stopped making squirrel noises till 5 a.m., maybe that's
Yeah, and take away your bird feeders, lady.
maybe she took a nap.
Yeah,
She can figure it out.
Yeah, how many of the squirrels in the walls that she hears are they hallucinations? You know,
That's what I'm saying.
At this point, a
I
lot.
think all of them. I think she saw a squirrel once.
a good
Yeah.
40%
Yeah.
are definitely not there.
She sees a lot of things. What's it going to
like
be
when you
next week? Yeah.
go to the casino and you still hear the slot machines at night.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I know that I'm crazy like that too. I get where this lady's coming from because like I hear my daughter crying when she's not around. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing cats,
yeah, exactly.
Hear meow.
Yeah, I'm hearing meows over here. Yeah. Yeah. Get some rest, lady,
This lady, yeah, she's tired. She's tired, but hopefully she gets a BB gun or something like that. Because just do something, anything, instead of just staring at your camera. And that's it. That's the animal double trouble.
Love it.
You guys, it's wheel time.
Yeah,
It's
wheel
real
time. Here we go.
time.
Let's do it.
I'm on high five, so it's in between. Boom, boom, boom.
Got the coffee tomorrow.
All right.
Last show of the week.
Nice. Well, it'll be a good one. Friday. It's always fantastic. While you're here, don't forget, if you want to support the podcast, you can join our Patreon community. You can do that. I mean, you can support this show. You can be like a subscriber through Spotify. You can be a member through YouTube. There's a lot of ways you can, get our bonus content, but patreon.com/hardfactor is the most common way. And if you go there, you can get 2 bonus podcasts a week, the Hive Hour and Florida Man Friday. We just taped those today. The Hive Hour is hilarious. Like I talked about, Wes, what were we saying? Affleck. We talked about Affleck a lot. Some other stuff we mentioned at the top. Florida Man Friday is the funniest Florida Man stories of the week. And so those are about an hour each, 2 bonus podcasts.
I know one you got that's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was actually a Florida man in Pennsylvania, which is crazy.
Yeah, that one's funny.
Yeah, it was an out-of-state Florida man making a lot of noise.
Pennsylvania got the wrath of
They
Florida
weren't ready
man.
for him.
No, they weren't.
No, they were not. We're not prepared for that level of shenanigans. And don't forget, store.hardfactor.com. Wes is locking designs in the vault daily. Okay, so the Jamaica line, I know that's going away 420. All right,
He's like a squirrel in the kitchen.
That's right.
Exactly.
He's wreaking havoc in that store.
Stuffing shirts in my cheeks.
In his cheeks, and they're gone, and they're never coming back. Well, they might never come back. They might come back, but they might never come back. So you got to get them now. Jamaica line, like I said, will be gone by 420. So stock up now if you want in time to wear it for 420. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That helps the show. And whatever you say, Wes will read it back tomorrow on the High Five, or whoever does the High Five next week if it's not in by then. Voicemails, send one in at 512-270-1480, or preferably send it to Hard Factor voicemails or voicemail.
No
Hard
S.
Factor voicemail, yeah.
Mail. Hard Factor voicemail at gmail.com. Follow at Hard Factor News on social media everywhere because we post a lot of content on there. Oh, and also, Mark, we talked about this on the Hive Hour a little bit. What do you think about I could bleach my hair? I was thinking if we do like a follower promotion, I could try to look like Hulk Hogan, basically.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, if we get to a certain amount, I could bleach the top. The mustache apparently is very hard to bleach because you're bleaching your mouth. And so the mustache could be like a bonus.
Yeah. I mean, our bodies are definitely
like
for
reach
sale.
goal.
That makes
reach
sense.
goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you could potentially make me look like Hulk Hogan by following at Hard Factor News on social media and telling everybody you know to do the same. The more we get, it's going to be a big goal. The more likely it is that I'll have to look like Hulk Hogan, and you could make me hold me to that for a length of time too. So it's going to be, that's a lot on the table.
Well,
it's me, Al Green. What's up with the fingernail polish? You guys bought so much merch that I'm wearing fingernail polish that I owed to the listeners and the rest of the guys.
From the merchathon.
We'll do it eventually.
The rest of the guys also owe a week each. I did mine right up front. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I feel like
one at a time.
I feel like I took the brunt of the stuff.
You certainly get the most lag time.
Yeah.
You get the most.
I'll get to it.
Let's push some balloons.
Yeah. Pat did the balloons and a shot of hot sauce.
A half shot of hot sauce.
Couple bugs, couple chocolate covered bugs, but yeah. It was okay. But it was worth it. Yeah.
Oh, it was so worth it. It's so great. Also, Tiller says, with or without mainly bald head on the Hogan. Now, look at this. I'm a little thinning up top. So,
well, Nutrafol.
I think I will look at
Nutrafol.
Look, here's what I'll do. I will definitely, if I can't get it to thin out naturally that much by that time, I will shave a horseshoe on the top. That's my promise. That's on the table with the Hogan.
Whoa.
That's on the table, but I won't. But I won't maintain.
That might not come back.
I won't maintain the big top. Like I'll let the top grow back.
You're going NWO Hogan.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let the top stay big down for like a super long extended period of time. But
nice.
But everything's on the table. Everything is on the table. Okay. All right. That's the most important thing to note there. And also, the most important thing to note here is that you should get out there and have yourself a great fucking day.